Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Friday morning safety meeting. We've got a little bit of stuff to cover here, so we'll get right into it. For inspections this week, we had 3 inspections that were not clean, and we had 5 inspections that were clean. For the 3 that were not clean, unfortunately, we did have one inspection with an out-of-service violation for a tire issue. For a brake issue. We had a weight violation, and then we had a lane restriction violation. So those will give us some points, unfortunately. The weight, not as much, but the lane restriction and the out of service for brakes, that's going to hurt us. But luckily, with the 5 clean inspections that we got, that is going to pad our score a little bit this week. So we've got some new names on the list this week as well for clean inspections, which is always great to see. So I would like to give a shout out to Nicole Rezzo, Warren Stewart, Robert Darlin, Kadir Lamore, and James Baskin. James, I think this is his 2nd inspection that he's gotten clean in like the last 2 months. So everybody, great work helping us out with that CSA score, and we appreciate that. Going right along with inspections, we're going to talk about the brake blitz again. There are a lot of people that have, asked, is there another blitz coming up, or, didn't know that there was a blitz, in July, which is kind of astonishing. But the Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance is having their annual brake blitz on August 22nd through August 28th. As you all know that have been watching the meeting, level 1 inspections is what they're going to be conducting, and they're going to be looking at brakes. They're going to be getting under your truck. So we need to make that a habit. I know people are like, well, I'm not going to do that. Well, they are. And if we're not doing that, then we're just asking to get busted, because these violations, if it involves brakes, they're usually out of service violations if you get popped. So we need to make sure that we're doing everything we can to proactively prevent that from happening. So some truck stops will be doing free brake checks. I know TAs are always really good about this. Loves are usually the same, but they will be doing free brake checks. All you have to do is just get to one. That's it. Have them check out your unit, make sure that everything's good to go, so that way you'll pass the inspection. Have our shop check your brakes. They would be happy to do so as well. We would much rather you come here, say, hey, I want you guys to look at this, than you pass right on by and not do anything and get a service or an out of service inspection, where now you're sitting on the side of the road, where the hour or 2 you spent here would end up being superseded by the amount of time you spent on the side of the road out of service, waiting for a tow call to come out, and then you have to pay for that tow call and the repair. That's not good, and obviously we don't want that to happen. So do your due diligence, get your brakes checked out, make sure everything's good to go. They'll get under the truck and make sure that everything's going to pass a DOT inspection, a level 1. So keep in mind, August 22nd through 28th. It's a big deal, and 80% of units that are pulled over are put out as, or are ticketed, 80% of units during this week that are given tickets or citations are also put out of service because of, brakes. So keep that in mind. Also, have your permit books ready to go. We've got insurance cards that are in. We've got a lot of people that do not have them, a lot. So we need to be getting on that. I'm sure everybody that's on this meeting here has an insurance card. I sent a message out, the other day on this. It might have been confusing, so as everybody knows that looks at their book, our insurance card that we previously had will expire tomorrow. It was only good for like 2 months. Now, the new ones are good for a year. We got extended coverage, so everybody must have those. Look in your books and see which card you have. If it says it expires 8/1 of 21, call me, call Tyler, call your fleet manager, the shop, night dispatch. Anybody can get you a new card, and that way you'll be good on insurance, because you don't want to get an inspection violation for something as silly as a permit that we've been sending messages out on. Also, make sure you've got paper logs at all times. You have to have you have to have 8 days of paper logs on you, and make sure that you know how to transfer those logs to a DOT officer. I had a gentleman turn in a clean inspection to me yesterday. Hasn't hit our DOT number yet, but he said that because he had gotten a ticket for this before because he couldn't transfer. So he was chomping at the bit when they pulled him over, he was like, all right, I'm ready to transfer my logs. And the officer goes, oh, I'll take care of it. That doesn't happen too often. So we need to be prepared, and like he was this time, be prepared and know exactly what you're going to do when they ask you to transfer logs. And if you need help, I would be happy to assist. Nestle Purina, the plant in Denver, we get not only a ton of unreported trailer damage that I will say this again, I don't think we're the ones causing it, but we also are getting a lot of ripped mud flaps there. So at this plant in Denver, there is a curb where they back the trailers in, and where we're backing trailers in as well. There's a curb that sticks out that we are catching a lot of. Adrian on the van side sent us a picture of just a row of trailers, most of them ours, some of them were other companies, where the mud flaps were pinned up against that curb and obviously, partially ripped off. So get out and look when you're at those at that Nestle Purina plant, which you should be doing everywhere, but get out and look and make sure that you're not pinning that mud flap up against the curb, because that, it's costly. We can get a DOT violation if we don't have a mud flap on a trailer, or if it's partially ripped off. They can hem us up for that, and that's once again something so minute and silly that we don't want to get tickets for something like that. So make sure you're paying attention when you're there. And back to the trailer damage, we've been doing a good job of reporting it. I've been getting some reports of people talking to the guard shacks, which I commend you for that. Thank you so much. That's how we're going to get our money back from these customers that are damaging the trailers. I've been getting pictures of how close they are parked to one another. It's insane at some of these locations. So notation. Get the information from the guard shack. Get an inspection report. They don't have one, write one down on a piece of paper. Send it in with their name. Anything helps. If I get to, say, Nestle Purina, and the guard says, well, I'm not giving you any of my information, that's fine. They don't have to. I'll take my piece of paper. I was here at 1700 on July 30th, 2021. The guard would not give me his name. Guess what? I can go to Purina then, and they obviously keep a log of who was working at that time. They'll be able to pinpoint it. We can go from there. It's just the fact that we're taking documentation down and taking the time out to make that happen. That's going to make it much easier for us to get those trailers repaired, not on our dime. And if we do get a trailer repaired and are paid by that facility, you get $200. So it's a big deal. The state of Arkansas is banning left lane camping, and it has gone into effect, or it is in effect now as of July 28th. So if you're in Arkansas, and I know you guys see it a lot, and we've actually gotten tickets for it as well, because our trucks don't go as fast as some of the others. I understand that. But if we're in the left lane for, 5 miles trying to pass somebody, you're going to get a ticket in the state of Arkansas, and they will be charging money on these tickets as well. Tickets in a truck are never cheap. So if, keep in mind, if you're in the state of Arkansas, this law is in effect currently and will be going forward until the end of time. So pay attention. If, you think you're going to be slow passing somebody, get behind him. I know that's not the answer you want, but it's not a ticket that you want either. The I-40 bridge in Memphis is reopening. It will be reopening very soon, just in time for the I-55 bridge to go under construction until 2022. So traffic in Memphis, once again, is going to be hellacious, as it has been. So unfortunately, one bridge opens, the other closes. Leave yourself, just like you did with the I-40 bridge, leave yourself enough time when you're getting through there, and be prepared to stop. And the last thing we've got, there is a new Love's in Durant, Oklahoma. I think they said it's the 3rd location they're going to have in Durant. Unfortunately, and I had to read this a few times to make sure my eyes weren't playing tricks on me, there's only going to be 13 parking spots. So if you do get through there and by the grace of God there's a parking spot open, there's going to be another option, and there's obviously going to be showers, food, fuel. So if you're through the Durant, Oklahoma area, you will have another option. That's all I have for today. If If anybody needs anything, please let me know. If you do not have your insurance card, like I said, call me, call Tyler, call your fleet manager, call the shop, call Night Dispatch. Everybody here has a copy of that insurance card, and it must be in by today. I will be sending out yet another fleet message, so I hope everybody pays attention and gets those cards before we get tickets. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a successful, productive, and safe weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.